horse cycle in a turn leaning, right? That's too much weight on the inside joints and over the inside feet. And then the horse picks its head up, the back gets tight, and then may start rushing. So to do a cantering pirouette with collection at Liberty, I have a Mustang at home that does this. That's hard. The horse has to be calm and relaxed in the environment. They have to be calm and relaxed with the handler, trusting here. And then they also have to have good balance, and sometimes we forget about the third one, okay?
Das sind im Prinzip 3 Sachen.
We have to create good balance first, so that the top line can relax. To get the cool, collected stuff, the top line has to relax. Is to position the horse's spine on the path of travel. So if the circle is small, it should be with more bend and more flexion.
Die Rückenlinie von zwischen den Ohren bis eben hinten zum Schweif muss immer die Wirbelsäule über dem Pferd genau zentral sein. Wenn es enger läuft, muss es halt mehr gebogen sein.
If the circle is bigger, then it's more of a straight line, and the horse's body should be straight.
Wenn es größerer Kreis wird, dann muss es mehr eine gerade Linie sein und der Körper muss gerade sein.
And the horse's nose on a circle should be to the inside, right? Okay, so when the horse's nose goes away from me like that, the horse's body is going to start falling towards me. And usually if you look at the horse's shoulder, this is something you have to really train your eye for. For the posture focus training and the balance of the horse, the most important thing is training your eyes to see when the horse is out of balance and in balance. Over here, see that? It's kind of like sticking out. If she looked this way, this gets flat. I don't know if you can see it. This is flat. You see it? You see it? Okay. When she's on a circle, look at her shoulder. Okay?
Wenn sie jetzt auf den Kreis geht, einmal auf die Schulter gucken.
And I'm going to go up. Thank you. I'm trying to go to the people. That's what I'm trained to do.
Yeah, that's fine. But everybody sees that though.
Okay, everybody needs to sit over. Everybody.
That's fine.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're gonna go the other way. This is a little bit harder side for her. And do you see that shoulder sticking out already? Hope you can see it. Okay. Lots of shoulders sticking out at me here. And her nose is slightly left. Do you see it? Now it's got a little bit better. So there's moments of the nose this way and that way. And what I try not to do is say, keep your nose here, hold it.
Also was man nicht machen sollte, ist die Nase nach innen ziehen.
Okay, so what I do is I remind her of posture. Look at my posture right now, my shoulders. Do I look like a dancer? Be honest. Do I look like a dancer? Okay, same thing here. So if somebody walked up to me and say, hello, shoulders, right? Remember shoulders? The same thing here. So I will remind her of that shoulder to go out. And I can do this. I didn't do this yesterday. So for the people that came yesterday, I don't want to like give you everything what you already know because you remember everything from yesterday, yes? So you can do this in hand, and this is how I started, is in hand. So I help the horse find the answer. And I may just come here and I may just poke that shoulder a little bit, but then notice I add the little gas pedal here and set her forward. A lot of people spend time on flexion here at the standstill, just at the standstill. And that's okay too.
Viele machen es nur im Stehen, das ist auch okay.
But I think it's easier when they move.
Aber es ist einfacher, glaube ich, wenn die Pferde sich bewegen.
So if you grab the halter, some horses don't like to be held here.
Festhalten vorne.
Because it's like in their space, right? So they have to learn to be okay with it, to accept it, and that takes time with some of them.
Manche müssen es erst lernen, dass man es in der Vorne berührt, weil sie es einfach nicht so gerne braucht.
So again, I'm not grabbing, pulling, holding.
Sie hält nicht fest und zieht und ruckt und macht und tut, sondern hält einfach nur und hilft ihr sozusagen mit der Schulter.
I'm encouraging the good posture. And I'm encouraging that she follows the feel of the halter. Do you see how her head just dropped? I didn't pull her head down. She dropped. Okay, so the balance got better. The head down is usually a result of a good balance. Shoulder out, keeping the nose, but then adding the gas pedal so that you don't create a snowball that keeps rolling away from you.
Ganz wichtig ist eben, dass man auch von hinten das Gaspedal findet, dass man nicht einen Schneeball kreiert, der dann einfach die ganze Zeit wegrollt von einem.
Good. Good. Good, girl. Good. Very good. And then, if you have a horse in the environment a little bit nervous, or even nervous in the session, maybe you start with a horse that's afraid of the whip, for example, you can work on just dropping the head down so that the horse softens the top line physically.
Man kann auch immer daran arbeiten, also wenn das Pferd jetzt unruhig ist in der Umgebung oder zum Beispiel Angst hat vor der Gerte, dass man dann daran arbeitet, dass das Pferd den Kopf runternimmt.
Good. And cause this to be a really good, with adding the forward.
Dann motivieren eben zu sagen, Kopf nach vorne, unten, Kopf nach unten und nach vorne laufen.
So it's really hard sometimes to use the gas pedal back here, and sometimes when the stick comes up, they go, right? You see how she did that? She went, and maybe because of the horse too, a little bit nervous.
Also häufig ist es so, dass wenn man die Gerte dann hinten ein bisschen nutzt, um zu sagen, jetzt das Gaspedal, dass der Kopf dann nach unten geht.
Good. So sometimes you can take your stick and you can tap under the belly.
Unter Bauch oder mit der Gerte ist eine Option.
How do you tap under the belly behind your back without seeing it?
What? Sorry.
How do you tap under the belly behind your back without being able to see it?
Wie berührt man das Pferd am Bauch ohne, also hinten ohne, dass man es sieht? Also man hat ja hinten keine Augen, woher wissen Sie das?
30 years of training horses.
30 Jahre Training.
It's a skill, right? So, but you can start, you can do this, right? I can feel, I'm feeling where her belly is.
Man kann das fühlen mit der Gerte, wo der Bauch ist.
In my clinic, sometimes I tell people to touch the horse's tail.
Manchmal sagt sie, wenn sie Kurse gibt, dass man den
Like
Schweif
this?
ganz
Like this. And they do this. And they hit the horse in the face.
Oh, dann passiert das. Nicht machen.
Again, 30 years of experience. No, it's okay to make mistakes. You all see the brace? There she dropped. Did you see it? And I release.
Punksituation hat.
Good. Good. Did you see how right here she had perfect balance? Did you see it? I mean, she was spine on the line of travel. Yes? You see it?
Da war es gerade richtig gut, da war es perfekt im Balance.
Okay. All right, so we addressed the shoulder. Yesterday I talked about 3 points to address when it comes to the lateral balance.
Okay, gestern haben wir darüber gesprochen, dass es 3 Bereiche gibt für die laterale Balance.
Okay, quiz. Who remembers the 2?
So, jetzt der Test. Wer weiß noch 2?
What was the first one? The shoulder? What was the second one?
Das war das zweite. Welcher zweite Teil für die laterale Balance?
Were y'all sleeping in my clinic
Habt ihr
yesterday?
einen Schlafen?
What was the second one? Anybody? Come on.
Rib.
The rib cage. Yes? Did anybody say it?
Oh, I see.
You said what? She was paying attention. Yes.
Yeah.
It takes me 30 years, okay? Not you guys, probably.
Sie langsam am Lernen, deswegen. And they're just as FYI.
How many minutes?
7 until
7.
So
Perfect timing. Yes. We may get to step 3. I have to do that for the people that were here yesterday.
Yes.
Step 3. Okay. So when the inside hind leg steps deeper under,
Wenn der innere Fuß deutlich mehr unter den Körper fußt,
good. That foot carries more weight
hat das,
over the top of it in that moment when it's pushing off of it.
hat der Fuß natürlich viel mehr Gewicht zu tragen in dem Moment, wenn der Unterkörper steht.
Anybody here goes to the gym?
Sieht das gut aus?
The head's going down. Yes? There. Good. So, when you train this leg yield and the other dressage maneuvers, as haunches in, shoulders in, half passes eventually, you are strengthening the horse's body, the engine, so it can go deeper under, so this fronting can start lifting, and that's eventually the vertical balance.
Das ist im Prinzip am Ende die vertikale Balance, die wir auch haben beim Schulterherein oder ähnlichen seitwärts. Also es gibt im Prinzip zwei Balancen. Das eine ist eben die laterale Balance, also dass das Pferd weder nach links oder nach rechts oder außen kippt. Und das andere ist die Balance, die nach hinten geht, damit das Pferd Gewicht auf den hinteren Bereich aufnimmt, sodass man dann eben gesammelten Galopp zum Beispiel.
It is much easier to communicate to the horse about engaging one hind leg under than two. The horse is moving more on a straight line forward.
Wenn man zwei Beine reinnimmt, dann kommt das Pferd häufig näher am Gerader.
And it's very hard to communicate about the hind feet going deeper under.
Das ist super schwierig, dem Pferd zu sagen, dann bitte beide Füße mehr unter deinen Körper.
Because we need to have lateral balance first.
Weil wir erst eine laterale Balance brauchen.
So if we don't, we can't get it.
Also wenn wir die nicht haben, dann wird es nichts.
When we add speed, a lot of horses get nervous. So the top line gets tight and the hind legs are too far behind.
Also in dem Moment, wo wir ein bisschen schneller das Ganze machen, kriegt das Pferd häufig angespannt und dann sind die Füße noch mehr weiter hinten und nicht mehr unter dem Körper. Die Hinterfüße sind mehr Richtung.
So it's easier to do it laterally first, and then we add the speed to it. There, good balance.
Einfacher erst lateral zu arbeiten und dann Geschwindigkeit noch mit dazu zu nehmen.
Not good balance. She looked right, then she fixed it. So I do a lot of leg yields, and then go forward, engage the there, better. Engage the left hind leg under only, and then go forward, and there, good girl. Then eventually both hind legs. One of the strongest instincts for the horse is that they do not fall down, especially for the Mustangs, and they become eaten by the predator, right? So, what's the first thing the horse does in their body when they feel like they're about to fall down? What are the signs in their body, right? So the head goes up, the top line gets tight. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. It's super sorry. To have to run with them all the time. Most people put the horse on a circle, right? So, if the horse is balanced laterally, it's not very good. The horse's head is going to be up. The top line's going to be tight. Why? Because they're preventing themselves from falling down. So the top line relaxes. We need to look for the signs of lack of balance. The next thing we're going to start looking at is where's the horse's nose according to the rest of the body. When the inside hind foot steps deeper underneath the horse's belly, that hind foot in that moment goes to the gym and carries more weight.
Im Moment, wo in der Biegung der Innenfuß unter den Körper des Pferdes fußt, geht der Innenfuß sozusagen im Sportstudio und nimmt deutlich mehr Gewicht auf.
The horses are leaning in and crowding the person. Do you see how I have space between me and this horse? And I'm walking into her and I'm telling her, do not fall on top of me. You see that? Yes. The horse may be trying to perform a circle, and because we have not educated the horse how to be on the circle and balance, the horse may get on top of us. And then oftentimes what do we do? You're on top of me, get off of me. That's why these lateral maneuvers are so important, not just for the bend, not just for the flexion, not just to relax the top line, not just to engage the inside inside hind leg or both eventually under and lift the front end to be able to access the engine and perform higher level maneuvers. But it's very important for a relationship at liberty, for a partnership, so that we don't destroy it when we're telling the horse that they're wrong by coming close to us from the side.
Das kommt irgendwie durch viele Impulse.
Good. So when I ask my horse to pick up a trot from a walk, I want it to be prompt, with relaxation,
Mit Entspannung.
and lateral balance,
Und mit Kraft.
and a smile on their face.
Und ein Lächeln im Gesicht.
That's why I have the treats.
Deswegen habe ich gedenkert.
Good. Good, good, good. Very good. The next step would be to start slowing down the front end and asking her to lift through the front end a little bit,
Nächste ist dann die Vorder-,
but kind of thinking forward to the back end.
aber hinten soll eben trotzdem vorwärts gehen.
There. Good job. And then when I give the treat, I'm going to give it on the vertical, with the pole up high, like that. Not over here, in my lap, not over there, up here, for the vertical balance.
Für die vertikale Balance ist dann super wichtig, wenn man
I'll give you one last thing. So if you want the head down, give the treat down here for the nose forward.
wenn man das Pferd in den Pferdekopf nach unten haben, also Entspannung, dann das Pferd nach unten gehen, in der Nase vorwärts.
So that the top line's lengthening. Lateral balance first. And then up and downward transition second. With the treat here, she'll start offering that in the transitions, and eventually you can do piaffe, passage, collected canter departures.
Und so hat er eben auch eine super
Bam. If the horse had been up on adrenaline or anxiety, once the adrenaline pump shuts off, the horse can start mentally and emotionally relaxing too.
Ja, aber selbst wenn es dann nicht weg ist.
So there are 3 different points on the horse's body where we can address the balance. You have seen me approaching the shoulder with a little bit of pressure right there. So we're telling the shoulder not to fall to the inside.
Es gibt 3 verschiedene Punkte, wo man mit dem Pferd.
The next point is the rib cage. So we can ask her to go into a slight leg yield. This is for the dressage riders. So leg yield is a lateral maneuver on a 45-degree diagonal.
Wo meine Pferde eben sagen kann, da kannst du dich auch hinlegen. Und dann
Good.
so ist er auch gemacht hat. Dann also mehrere Griffe, die gut als Warum machen wir nicht.
Anybody? My dressage riders, do they leave or are they still here?
Nur noch das zu meiner Frau und wenn ja, warum machen wir diese ganze Seitwärtsbewegung?
This is dressage on the ground. Anybody? Flexion, yes. Collection. You're right, yes. Doesn't look like collection, right? It's the first step towards collection. It's very good.
Wichtigste Grundlage für
When the pole drops below the withers, the adrenaline pump shuts off.
Also ganz wichtig, das Allerwichtigste ist im Prinzip, dass die Oberlinie wirklich entspannt ist und sie haben herausgefunden, es gibt verschiedene Möglichkeiten, aber das, was sie jetzt gerade bei der zeigt, ist im Prinzip das, was am effektivsten ist für sie jetzt in dem Fall. Also das Wichtigste ist erstmal die Oberlinie, zu gucken, wo ist die Oberlinie, ist die angespannt oder ist die relaxed und dann gucken, wo die Nase ist im Vergleich vor allem zum Rest des Körpers bzw. zur Oberlinie.
So when the horse's nose looks to the outside, usually the rest of the horse's body falls to the inside. And it may be very slight or it may be extreme.
Also wenn die Nase des Pferdes nach außen geht, dann kommt meistens der Rest des Körpers nach innen.
Okay, so she has a tendency to look around a little bit to the outside because she's in the new environment. And she's a Mustang from the wild that with a survival instinct. So it's important for her to feel safe. So every time she looks to the outside, I'm going to remind her about her balance. I'm not going to physically hold her in a good lateral balance. Lateral meaning, imagine a motorcycle leaning in the turn in or out. Typically, the sign of a good lateral balance is going to be that her head will automatically drop down lower.
Wenn sie eine Balance hat, dann wird sie den Kopf automatisch runternehmen.
And of course, the head up can also be caused by other things. Like we just had new audience come in. So she's looking around a little bit more. So if the horse doesn't feel safe in the environment, or is just curious about the environment, their head may also come up. So when I remind her of her lateral balance, I'm also getting her attention back on me. I'm reminding her that we're working together and that she should be looking at me, not be looking around all the time.